All right, guys, really quick before we get started, I wanted to say thank you so much for all of the support and all the comments and feedback that you guys left after the first episode was posted. As long as I keep making the show and doing the podcast, I'm going to look through each and every comment and respond to questions and feedback because most of the decisions I make about the show will be based upon what you guys want to hear. So I was pleasantly surprised at the responses I got, and I appreciate that very much. And also, I want to let you know that the top two things that I got as far as feedback were that it should be longer, and that the video was not necessarily wasn't necessarily, I guess, necessary for the show, which I kind of suspected. That didn't come as a surprise. So. Even though I recorded the second episode before I posted the first one, it is actually notably longer, so I'm glad that we covered that base. And then, although I did record the video version of this episode as well, I'm actually just going to post this one with some on-screen graphics and all of our contact info, and then ask you guys, after you have watched both the first two episodes, which way you prefer. So please let me know after you've seen or heard both of the episodes. Does the video matter at all? It would actually be a lot easier for me if I didn't have to do the video for each episode. So unless it's largely important to your viewing experience, I probably won't do the video versions from here on out. And to be clear, I would still post the episodes on YouTube just like this with the graphics. They just wouldn't have the talking head of me. So let me know which of those you prefer, and I will take that into consideration. So without further ado, I am Aiden Stobs Avery, and this is episode 2. Enjoy. All right, guys, welcome back to Mind of a Gamer episode 2. And really quickly, I wanted to follow up. Last episode, Muggsy and I talked about how you can download an app on your iPhone that lets you play Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games. You can download it at gba4iosapp.com, and I wanted to follow up and say I have since downloaded the app, and I've been playing Pokemon Blue on my iPhone this last week. So for those of you that are interested, you don't need to jailbreak your phone. You don't need to do anything illegal, and it's super easy to do. There's instructions on the website, so I would encourage you to do that. All right, this week on the show, we have a very special guest, one of the biggest, if not the single biggest name in Halo montage making. You guys know him as Phurion, but his name is Ryan McCall. And for those of you listening that aren't Halo players, just to give you some context, when Halo video making was in the golden era, Phurion was probably the single biggest name in Halo videos.
Oh, stop.
And he's got over 1 million views on his channel and over 1 million more on his videos that are posted on other channels. So, how's it going today, Ryan?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just fucking woke up super early, got a little morning walk and jogging in, and
Nice.
then played some Halo 3, you know?
Nice. So yeah, that was one of the first things I was going to ask you is, even though the Halo scene is pretty much, it's pretty non-existent, there's still a little bit of activity. You're still playing, right?
Yeah, I play Halo 3 now pretty much exclusively. Like, occasionally I'll get on Halo 4, like maybe once a month or something, but I played Halo 4 a shitload when it came out, but the last few months, like, I've just gotten into Halo 3 again, and that's pretty much all I play now.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, you've made videos from every Halo game, but Halo 2 was probably your bread and butter, right?
Yup, Halo 2 is my favorite game of all time, no doubt.
For sure.
Just could play that for hours, man. Endless fucking snipe free-for-alls on lockout or 1v1s on lockout, like, for 8 hours straight, or fucking mid-ship free-for-alls for, like, 16 hours, like, without a break.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I just saw that you posted...
freaking ridiculous.
I just saw that you posted, like, a ton of pictures of clips that you still had that you hadn't released.
Yeah, I've been playing Halo 2 on Xbox Connect, XBC, for the last few years. on a pretty regular basis. For a while that was like what I was playing mostly. Like
Right.
because I wasn't really into Reach that much, and Halo 4. I don't know. I mean, I liked it when it came out. I was like really into it for a while, but like it got boring. And Halo 2 is always like a go-to game. You can't go wrong with it. So I was still playing that on Xbox Connect, and I was recording and gearing up for some more montages. And I had a shitload of clips, and then my hard drive crashed a few months ago.
No.
Yeah, so I lost that Halo 2 clips are probably the most devastating out of the losses, because I can't like re-record them or some bullshit. It's like
Right. There's not theater mode in Halo 2.
But luckily I had another hard drive that still had some of my better footage, so I was just glad I didn't lose everything, so I can at least make one more Halo 2 video if anything.
So you think we'll probably see a Halo 2 video out of you sometime in the future?
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Cool.
Halo 2. That's really where I started, like montaging and playing the game.
Right.
Just like, I don't know, it just became like an art form to me. And honestly, like, it's my favorite game to edit. It's so fun and fluent. And I mean, I still have footage, so yeah, I'm working on getting back into editing, because it's been a while for me.
Cool. Yeah. Did you like play Halo 1 when that was like before Halo 2 had come out? Were you into Halo before that, or was Halo 2 kind of like what jump started you into the game?
No, dude. I mean, I was into Halo CE, when that came out, but I was an idiot and a noob. I was probably like, I don't know, like, what year did that shit come out? 2001?
Man, it's been
so I was
long
like
time.
fucking 10 years old.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I remember playing campaign with my friends. We would seriously play like fucking Truth and Reconciliation and fucking, is that what it was called?
I don't know. I was
dude,
I was like too young to be playing Halo
Dude.
back in the Halo CE days.
Oh man, we just played like these campaign levels just fucking over and over and over, and that shit was so fun, dude. Like, cause I didn't really know about like system link, and landing and shit way back then. I was like 11 years old.
Right.
But
right.
I loved Halo, dude. I would play the campaign. We'd play the campaign levels just over and over, probably like 10 fucking times a day or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We just play our favorite levels, and fucking hated the Flood, dude. Those things are scary as shit. That fucking level way back in the day, dude. That, like, the library, that level was fucking hell, dude.
I feel like a lot of people have that. Like they start off the same way, where they're like newbie and playing campaign, and they're like just kind of figuring out the game and getting really into it. So I think that's something
I guess
a lot
it's
of
the
players
natural
can relate.
progression of things. No one's gonna like come into a game and just be like the fucking best at it without any practice or any fucking knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
Unless you've like been playing games for like years. But I mean, when you're like 10 years old, you're probably not going to be a pro at anything except Pokemon, maybe. So
Yeah.
Speaking of, dude, when you said that I had to boot that shit up on my phone, I installed a GBA for iOS like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Started up a Fire Red on it. Yeah. After I saw Twitch plays Pokemon, I got all fucking.
Yeah, I watched that too.
It. Yeah. That shit was crazy.
It's so fun.
But they're
man.
still going like with other games, and I can't find interest in it. Like, just the first one was when they did fucking was it Red? Yeah, it was Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was entertaining as hell with all the
Dude,
fucking
that was so
memes
fun to watch.
and the culture online. It was crazy. Fucking Helix, praise Helix. But the runs they've been doing now, I can't really follow along. I don't know.
No, I haven't been watching since the first one.
I think there's still like 10 or 15,000 people. The numbers have like halved for each play. I think they had like 30 to 40,000 people in fucking Crystal or whatever. But anyway,
are they just doing the later games now?
Yeah, they're going in order from the generations. I think they're doing Emerald right now.
Okay. So to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about, on Twitch, which is a site that you could stream yourself playing video games live, there's a stream called Twitch Plays Pokemon that lets people input the controls into the chat room, and based off of what the community is inputting is like how the player moves and what he does. And it became this huge phenomenon when it first went live, and there was like 100,000 people watching at one point, and they tried to beat the game with everyone putting in like single controls at a time.
Yeah, it's chaotic craziness, dude. I mean, there isn't like 100,000 people inputting, but there's when there was that many people, there's 10 to 15,000 people inputting commands, and there's a 20-second delay from when you type to what happens on the video screen. So there's really like no way to actually like predict the right move. You have to be like 3 moves ahead.
Right.
So it's just ridiculous.
It's all guesswork pretty much, but it's extremely fun
crazy.
to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's almost like random, but like somehow they end up beating the game with all these like retarded mazes in between, like
yeah.
There was only like 2 or 3 times where they had to like turn into democracy mode, which meant that people would vote on a certain command.
Right. I wasn't into democracy mode.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either. It's stupid. It's way more fun to watch the chaos unfold and see what happens. But to get through like the safari zone in a certain amount of steps, they just decided to do that. And
yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was kind of fun to watch for a week or 2.
So, let's see. Back to the Halo stuff, really quick.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I remember what we were talking about. We were talking about kind of got off on a little tangent about Pokemon there, but no. So yeah, I did start with Halo 1 campaign, and that shit was fun as hell, and I loved the Halo franchise, and this is kind of a crazy thing, but this is fucking the truth, I swear. So I had an Xbox, and then I heard Halo 2 was coming out, and I was like, shit, I'm going to sell my Xbox because I know that if I get Halo 2, I'm going to get fucking addicted to that shit. So I literally sold my Xbox to my friend up the street like a few months before Halo 2 came out, and then like I would just like go over to my friends' houses like occasionally, every couple weeks or some shit, and then play Halo 2 with them, and it was fucking awesome. But I didn't have my own Xbox, so I couldn't like play it every day.
Right.
And then my brother got an Xbox for his birthday in May, which is it was November of 05, right? 04, November of 04.
Yeah.
So May of the next year, my brother got an Xbox, and within like weeks to a month, I'm sure it was pretty much fucking my Xbox, dude, because I had Halo 2 and I was playing that shit every fucking day. And within a couple months, dude, I had made like multiple year-long accounts, and like it was just like fucking running that shit and just playing it to death, dude. And I was fucking addicted. And it didn't take long, and I discovered fucking like the MLG Pro Circuit, and then those guys' montages. And then yeah, dude.
Right, because back then, like the pro players were making montages and stuff, which is not something you saw as much in like Halo 3 and after.
Yeah, no, and that was like really the kind of the first inspiration for montages I saw. I mean, with the exception of like the Halo God. I mean, the earliest montages I remember watching were like Rippin', fucking Waka. Let's see, Ogre 1 and Ogre 2's videos. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, but those are the ones that really stuck out to me back in the day. And
I think that's
damn, dude, these guys are fucking good. And I'd never even heard of a montage or anything like that. So just the original basic fucking idea of it was captivating as hell.
Totally, and I think that's interesting. I was going to ask you who inspired you, because when you ask a lot of like today's Halo editors, they say that you inspired them to start. So I think it's interesting to hear.
So cool, man. I love hearing that. It's awesome just to be able to like hop on Halo 3 and like even still today with the low population, I'll just like go into like Social Slayer or some shit, and people are like, what is that, Phurion? Like, oh shit, dude, you're such an inspiration. I'm like, that shit's so cool,
dude,
man. That makes my day.
Cool. I can't even imagine. That's awesome. What about like, do people still ask you to make them videos?
Yeah, actually, man, I had this conversation with this guy today, who one of his friends, I was talking to Rux, and one of his friends, I can't remember, Geotrichosis or something.
Oh, I know that guy.
I don't really know him, but I played with him like a month or 2 ago, and he showed me some of his clips, and he was asking me to edit one of his videos, and I was like, well, maybe once I get my computer back up and running and I get back up in the game, because I haven't edited for a while. But like, he told Rux that I was editing his Reach montage, and it's just like, what? Like, I didn't say I said maybe, that's not.
With how like empty the Halo montage community is, there's still so many people like fiending for editors. You know?
Oh, it's crazy, dude. Especially because like I got a couple PMs and like messages about people who are like, they're like, dude, I can't get any editors. Will you edit for me, please? Like, I'm on my last resort. And it's like, shit, dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it because like the community isn't nearly what it used to be, and like editors are like always like this sort of like sought after fucking like the prize, dude. Because there isn't that many anymore that are like really well established. You know?
That's
true. But honestly, dude, like back in the day, back in the fucking Halo 2 forum day, people edited their own videos, whether they like knew how to do it or not. You fucking learned, you know. You sat down and you spent just like a few hours just doing something basic, and it doesn't have to be all fucking flashy in After Effects. What made it awesome is that the person edited their own video, and then it had like this own little style, even if it wasn't like, you know, it didn't have to be fucking all like complex and crazy effects and animated 3D shit. It could just be like basic cut and paste to the syncing of the song, and just like, I don't know, dude. Videos each had their own style back then, and it doesn't seem like that now. I mean,
no, and like the few remaining people who do edit their own stuff are some of my favorite, like Hyena and Trank and those guys.
Yeah, and I mean, like Hyena shit, like he has some really cool like effects that he does in there, but a lot of it is mostly really simple shit. Yeah, and I mean, like same with my stuff. I mean, 95% of the editing I do is done in Sony Vegas, and people are like, "What the fuck? Like, I thought you had to use After Effects to have it get edited," and that's total bullshit. Like, sure, you can pull off some really cool stuff with After Effects, but you do not need it at all, you know, like,
right.
I mean, I'm just like you said, bread and butter. Like, it's the simplicity of just like the editing. You know, you just got to know how to make the video flow, you know, just that sync.
Right. Simple's not necessarily bad.
No,
not at all.
Yeah, I find simplicity is usually the best option.
So let's see, do you like, we were talking about how the community is a little bit dead compared to what it used to be. I mean, obviously, I've looked through like these threads on the Halo forum where you post videos back in like 2007 or something.
Yeah.
And there's hundreds and hundreds of responses. And now if you post a video, not you necessarily, because I haven't seen you post in a little while, but like if a Halo montage is posted, it gets maybe like 10 responses or something.
Oh, I think more than that. I mean,
maybe like 40 or so.
Yeah, 30 or 40 at the most. Yeah.
But
it's kind of funny you say that, because someone bumped my progression montage thread like 2 days ago or something.
I think that was me.
It might have been. There was a couple posts on it, and I think it was you. You were the original bumper, but there was only like a few pages of that shit. Like, there wasn't even that many posts, and that's probably like what I would consider to be like my fucking pinnacle of Halo 2 videos.
Yeah,
so that's kind of ironic, you know, that it really didn't get that many posts, but it doesn't really matter how many posts it got. But yeah, no, that is true. Like, the forum is a lot more dead than it used to be.
Does that kind of take away some of the enjoyment for you and like other players? You think that the community is kind of dissipated, or do you still enjoy it just as much, playing and editing and doing it for your own sake?
I don't know. It's hard to say, you know, like, I mean, I never really like go into it with a mindset of making the video for other people or fans or whatever. You know, it's always been like an internal motivation thing. Like, you know, this is what I enjoy doing, and I'm gonna do it my way because, you know, like, that's what I like to do. You know, right. I pick the music based on what I think sounds good and what I think would make an awesome video, not because like, oh, people aren't gonna like this, or, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And you know, sometimes there's a little bit of you know, backlash, but for the most part, like, even if you use a song that people don't like, if it's really about like how you execute it, like what you do as an editor, like, especially if you can make someone take a song and normally they would hate it. Like, one time I used like a Lady Gaga song in a montage render, and people were like fucking loving that shit. They were like, what the hell, dude? Like, because the editing, the way I synced it and added these like star glow effects and shit, they were like, that you have to basically sell the song to the
right
viewer,
right you can make it work.
Like, exactly. If you can know how to edit it, you can make it work. Then, you know, I'm not.
I mean, that's kind of cool too, because people have such varied tastes in music that it kind of allows them to, you know, use whatever they enjoy as long as they do it right.
That's what I've always felt like that too. Like, I don't feel like people should just use whatever is like popular at the time or whatever. Like,
right. What do you think? Do you think there's any chance the community will like build up again, or do you think it's kind of
Man,
just permanently on a decline?
I
now?
have no idea. Shit, dude.
I mean, it's looking pretty grim for sure. I
It
don't.
really,
I don't,
yeah, it is. But I mean, it's never gonna be fully dead. So, yeah. I mean, there's always gonna be people playing Halo. You know, I'll probably be like 40 years old, sitting in fucking home playing Halo. You know, every day. No.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it's always something to go back to. It's fun, and I feel like in order for the community not to die, like, and just get even worse than it is, then fucking who's even making the new Halo game? Is it 343? I mean, Bungie's
I
not
believe
involved
so.
anymore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They need to really pull some fucking like crazy magic fucking triceratops unicorn out of a hat, like
Right.
not just a rabbit, dude. Like,
They need to do something special for
yeah.
sure. I mean,
so there's been rumors of Halo 2 Anniversary coming out,
Right.
and if they don't fuck that up, if they pull that off, I think then it's very possible that the community could build back up again. And I mean, that might be exactly what we need right now.
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about it too much just because I think it's such an over talked about thing, but I will say this. I think that each Halo game has kind of been moving further and further away from the basics that everyone loved about Halo.
Yep.
And so Halo 2 Anniversary might be an opportunity to kind of rekindle that a little bit,
Yeah, bring it back to the basics.
which would be nice.
That would be very nice.
All right, I've got one last little segment for us that I think might be funny. So, yeah, I'm going to ask you some things about your videos, and I need you to tell me which video of yours it's in, and we're going to see how well you know your own
God damn it, dude.
montages, okay?
All right. I
All right.
used to know this shit really well, but it's been a while since I've, I think I'll do pretty good. We'll see.
No pressure, no pressure. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know how hard they are or not. I mean, you probably know them better than anyone. So, and I think I've ordered them from easiest to hardest. So, in what montage do you overlay footage from the song's music video?
Oh, that's 1v1 montage 3, no doubt, dude.
All right, he's one for
Lotus
one.
Flower, man. Of course.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great song and a great video.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
All right, you once created a 3D Halo montage. What was the name of it?
Oh, shit, dude. Oh, I know this. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Why am I'm struggling right now, dude. I can picture it.
How about this? I'll give you a hint. The name of it is a type of dance.
Oh, Waltz. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember the name. Like, I knew it was it was like one clip on Foundry. Like, the entire video was one clip.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, honestly, dude, it's not even 3D. Like, I failed so hard. Like, you can't just take one set of footage and like copy it over. You have to have two separate cameras to like replicate
Right.
the eyes. Yeah, so it wasn't truly 3D. I'm just gonna,
Well, I would have never known that because I've never had a pair of 3D glasses to watch that with. So I
Oh,
always
I got
assumed
some
that
right
you
here.
did
Dude.
it right.
You want them?
Oh yeah, could you just send them through Skype?
Dude. Yeah, they're the old ones from fucking Super Bowl 2009. Yep.
Yeah,
Holy
so
shit.
long ago. All right.
Yeah.
Which montage of yours has a real life video of you talking before it starts?
Routine.
Wow, I thought that you might.
Nope. And
you
it was
might
after
struggle.
it was right after I got my wisdom teeth out. I was fucked up on painkillers, bro.
Yeah, that's like the first thing you say.
Well, no,
in
I
the
wasn't really
video.
fucked up, but I was on them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, and then lastly, although I think you'll probably get this one pretty quick, you have a one-game montage, and
Hot Ice
what
Cube.
player are you playing against? Oh my God, you got it before I even
Boom, son.
asked it. Well,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
thanks a lot for coming on the podcast, the show, whatever you want to call it. I really appreciate it, and it was cool to get to
Yeah.
know you a little bit more
Yeah, dude, it
and
was
ask
fun.
you about gaming.
Yeah, dude. We should make it like double as long. I mean, what? But
Well, I'm not. I'm still figuring all that out because I don't know how long people are gonna want to listen to it.
Yeah, that's
and I
true.
still don't know who the audience is and stuff.
Yeah.
But we will see how well it's received, and I certainly appreciate you helping to jumpstart the podcast before I've even made it public yet.
Yeah,
so.
dude. I think it's pretty cool. I like the one with Muggsy, and so I hope this goes really well.
Awesome.
Before we go, I want to say this because I didn't get to mention this, but I do remember it kind of floating around my head a little. you talked about like who inspired me to make montages, and I listed off a few like Halo pros, and there was like Shook One's videos and fucking Halo gods, and I mean those people were inspiring to me, but honestly, like hands down, the person that really inspired me to get into video making, because it at the early point, like I was like, oh, this is just what pros do, you know, like you're pro of this game, you fucking make awesome videos, and like, you know, I had no idea that could be me making videos until my cousin and video maker Halo player Willie Too Great introduced me. Yeah, well, he's my second cousin, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to play out of his closet. It was pretty funny, but he's gonna kill me for that. But yeah, he introduced me to Halo2forum.com, and then I saw Read 18's Montage 3, and when I saw that shit, dude, I was like, holy fuck. Like, you know, he wasn't like a pro. He was just like some kid on a gaming forum making videos and just like doing crazy stuff with sticks, and like, what the fuck? I'd never seen anything like that before. So after I saw Reed's shit, I really was like inspired to like actually just like start making my own videos my way, and you know, just and that's really when things took off, and I started making montages like for a while. I think I was making like one a week, one every couple of weeks, dude. I was like pumping videos out. I was editing like every day, and it was just like a part of my routine, and that's really where a lot of that like experience came in, and why I think I kind of blew up near the end of Halo 2 and Halo 3 era, because I had a lot of experience with it. And that's really what it comes down to, man, is just like sitting down and just like committing to, you know, practicing your craft, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, by the time Halo 2 ended, you were pretty far ahead of the curve as far as like editing techniques and stuff. You were the first person doing some real like syncing and real like flowing videos and stuff, like you said, progression. That video was like way ahead of its time as far as editing. And
before just think before I really knew what I was doing, I remember, do you remember Snap Tactics? Do you remember him?
No, I don't.
Oh man, he was a huge Halo 2 inspiration for me back on montages. He was like making montages like on the regular, and man, okay, so I gotta say this, when Shook One's montage came out, where he had the third person angle, like, well, let me take a deep breath, right, and then it goes around, dude. I literally had to ask Snap Tactics if that was a Vegas effect. I seriously thought it was like a fucking effect in Vegas. Like, I had no idea what I was talking about. So,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and now I feel like a complete idiot for thinking that, but you know, I didn't know any better.
That's hilarious. Oh, I will say one last thing also. I don't even know if you remember this. Maybe you do. In probably 2009, maybe late 2008, you sent me Final Cut Express 4 over AOL Instant Messenger, and so and that was the reason. I mean, that was the reason I ever started editing, because I was like, hey, do you have an editing program? And you sent it to me. And, well, now I fell in love with editing. So
that's awesome, dude. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I figured you've probably helped so many people get programs and stuff that you might not remember that, but I thought that was a little fun fact.
No, that's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Cool. Well,
you're a fucking really good editor now.
Thanks. Well, thanks a lot again for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, let me waste more of your time. I'm just kidding.
All right. No, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. I think this went pretty well. I'm really happy with everything we covered, and I think we got everything I wanted to talk about. So
all right, bonus pterodactyl scream. Oh man, I can't do it like I used to, dude. It's like
a good thing to leave off on. I remember that old video. Maybe I'll throw that in at the end of.
Yeah, dude. I made another one. Like, I sent it to Skulls, I think, and I don't know, and Stubby. I don't remember. I only sent it to a couple people, but it's like Return of the Pterodactyl Scream, and I was like playing on XBC Halo 2, and I just like set my camera up and recorded my face, and then I did the pterodactyl scream into the mic, and someone in the lobby's like, "Was that a pterodactyl scream?" It's fucking great, dude.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually had forgotten about that until you just did it.
Yeah, no, it's one of the tricks of the trade, but I kind of suck at it now. It just doesn't sound the same. Now that I'm not like 15. Enough.
Yeah, well, that too.
Fuck.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Look out for the next episode. And this was Ryan Phurion McCall.
Yeah. And I'm out.